Hi everyone, Diane here, welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to have a go at painting a snow globe, which is something I have never painted before. And I've decided to put a robin inside the snow globe, and it's much easier than you think it is. Here's one half done, and here's the finished article. I'm not going into a lot of detail about how to paint in intricate detail using tiny brushes, because that's not my style, but we're going to do it nice and loose, something that you could use for a gift tag or a Christmas card or just because. So let's get started. I've got a block here of MEEDEN watercolor paper, hot press, 5 by 7 inches, and this is ideal for a project like this. We're going to probably use it this way around. I've got my own brushes here. My Craftamo Diane Antone brush set is always handy, and this is a lovely brush to use. But if you don't have those and you are looking to purchase something really very, very good but not expensive at all, MEEDEN do a nice set which has got all the sizes in it that you could possibly want for your painting journey, and I would be selecting to do this probably this one here, which is, I think it's about a 9. I can't see the size on it, but that's about a size 9 round. And these brushes are actually remarkably good. They have a lovely point, just the same as my ones do, but the hairs are a little bit shorter. And if you're just a beginner, a shorter hair length is probably more advisable, so you might be better off starting with these. But the longer hair length, which I chose for these brushes, which are available on Craftamo.com. If you go over there, you'll find the brushes available until very soon. They're going to be releasing them on the 18th of December. So if you want to order a set, it's a good idea to get over there now and do so. The set, actually, for those of you who haven't come across this yet, the set consists of these brushes here. I hadn't planned to mention these brushes, but since I'm talking about them, I should show you the box. This is the box they come in. It's a beautiful presentation box. And inside you will find these 6 brushes, 1 inch flat, a 1/2 inch mop, 3/4 inch cat's tongue, and a number 14, a number 9 and a number 4 round, all with longer hairs than normal. Very good value for money. And also in the box at the same time you get a print, a high quality art print of this painting, which looks very nice framed up. So that's that. Let's put these out of the way. Now to paint this, I'm going to pop those out of the way as well. To paint this, I'm going to make my circle using the time-honoured stamping process. This is just a little Japanese or Chinese probably tea cup, and I'm just going to pick up some pale blue from the Kuretake. I'm using Kuretake paints today. This is Kuretake set, and here we have this is the pale blue colour here, which is ultramarine pale, and I'm just going to paint it around the outside of the cup like that, very reasonably lightly. It doesn't really matter how much paint you put on there, and then just plonk it down in the position where you want it. Then I suggest you sit down and we carry on. Just pick up a little bit of water and go round the circle like that. Don't make it too even. You don't want it too even, Stephen. Just keep going round. Leave a space in the middle for the bird. Okay. And just let that do its own thing. And meanwhile, while it's doing its thing, I'll just remove that little bit of paint there. We're going to do the base. Now, I think the base probably looks quite nice if you do it in a shade of blue. So if we go to indigo, where's my indigo? Ultramarine, indigo, this one I think, yeah. So if that's the middle, we want to go to about here and here, something like that. And we'll just paint a base that looks about the right size. Concentration. It's up to you. Sometimes they come with very big bases. Sometimes they have a sort of bit of a shape. Sometimes they have quite small bases. So many different ways that you can do all of these things. You just make it up as you go along, don't you? So then I'm needing a pencil, and I shall draw in. First of all, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do what I usually do, which is start with the beak. And then we'll put the bird's head and his back and his tail in position, and his wing comes down here, and then we just bring his body around like that to join the wing. And then we'll do a little branch coming down here where I'm going, going to put some holly, and we'll just put his feet on like that. And the next thing to do is to paint him. I'm going to put the holly here. The one I did before had more berries and fewer leaves, but it's up to you, obviously, exactly what you do. So I'm just drawing all of that in, and then we need to make sure it's dry. Switch to the MEEDEN brush just to give it a workout. Want to put a little bit of grey blue underneath as a table for it to stand on, like that. Doesn't matter how you do it. And then perhaps we want a little bit more shadow on here. I used to agonize about shadows, not knowing where to put them, but eventually I figured out it didn't really matter. You just put them anywhere and they look fine. And then we're going to pick up, I'll just turn my paints around so you can see the other colours. We're going to paint his chest. A sort of orangey red. This is cadmium scarlet or something like that. So we just pop in some red like that. And then we need a little bit of blue. So we'll go back to that blue that we used before. That's a bit heavy-handed. Put a bit more orange in. And then I want some dark brown, which I'll mix with the red, and we'll come in over the top. For the wing. Our birds aren't particularly realistic, are they? They're just impressions. I think a robin, generally speaking, has his tail down, but he looks cuter with it up, so we do it that way. Okay, and then we'll want to put a little bit of shadow on there in a minute. I'll just break that up a little bit. And then I'm going to need a smaller brush for my ridiculously small branch. Just draw that through there. And then my equally ridiculously small holly leaves. So we'll do that. I'm just And then when that's dry, we will, what will we do? We will put the berries in. The problem with tiny brushes is they don't hold a lot of liquid. So if you're used to painting with bigger ones, you can get a bit frustrated. So a little bit more darker brown in the tail and on the wing. And on the legs. And underneath the beak, shaky hand syndrome. There we go. Now the red berries, you could use a pen, what do you call it, a brush pen for these if you are really not sure about how to control these tiny brushes. I only got one the other day. I never used to use these little ones. But there we are, that's okay. We could put a little bit more red on his chest. And he needs an eye, and we also need to, where's my other brush gone? Here it is. We need to, whoops. That's not very clean, is it? That's a mistake, so try and wash that out. There we are. So I need a little bit of that blue to fill in around the bird. There we go. It's getting close to Christmas, isn't it? Before very long, we'll be reaping the benefits. And we could put a little bit more blue up here if we want to. When I say reaping the benefits, I mean getting our Christmas presents. We could add a little bit of silver to this if you wanted to indicate. This is the Finetech Coluro Finetech gold set, but there's a silver in the Kuretake as well. And now I'm going to find a pen, I think. So we'll just put his eye in, and he will need a light in his eye, so we'll do that in a minute. And if you wanted to, you could do a little bit of line work on him to make him a little bit more interesting. You could also go around the holly if you want to give it a bit more shape. I don't think there's any reason not to. Other than that my paper is still a bit wet and it's not taking the ink very well, but that's okay. And then you can go around the berries a bit as well, just halfway round. And there's a sort of accidental line here, which we don't really want, so I'll just try and lift that up a bit. But what I think I'll do is get some more darker brown. I think he needs a bit more dark brown on top of his head. I think that's better. I'm going to make this branch a little bit darker too. There we are. Okay, and then if you wanted to put some snow on, what we would do is go to our trusty Dr. P.H. Martin's that I forgot to put the lid on yesterday, and just break that a little bit with a drop of water, and then put some snow. Well, really what you should do, of course, at this point is you should take a piece of paper and rip a hole about the size of your globe, like that. Put that over the top, a bit bigger, will do. And take your snow and put it all over your bird. Oh dear, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea, in fact. Never mind. The masking isn't a bad idea, but it's a bad idea to spray paint. So what I'll do instead, never let it be said that I don't show the painting process, warts and all. So what I'm going to do is put in snow using a brush. And one of the things that you can do if something goes wrong and one of your blobs is too big, because obviously today is not the day, just lift it out like that. So you've got a nice sort of broken up, not too harsh. We'll give him a little bit more red on his chest. There we are, Robin. There we are, final painting. Don't forget to go over to our website where you can get free downloads of sketches that you might want to use for Christmas, the last minute things that you're going to want to do. And everything, all the information you need about the materials that we used is in the description below the video. And what else can I think of to say at this moment in time? I don't know. But anyway, bye-bye from me and bye-bye from two little robins. So I'll see you again soon. Bye for now, everybody. Bye-bye.